with take 2 of the Moon Day energy. The first one was a little all over the place. We had to teach you all kinds of time and space and shit like that. We're gonna check the tarot and see what's going on the daily. Dude, it's beautiful outside. It's 70 fucking degrees. Are you serious? They said there's gonna be places that it's gonna hit 80 today. That would almost scare me if I wasn't a weather witch. I'd be fucking terrified that it's this hot and then summer's right around the corner. I'd be terrified, but I am a weather witch and, I'm not so scared. Anyways, who am I? High Priestess Phoenix. In order to keep up with me, you had to see when I posted my community page, my latest live video, and anything in my shorts. I don't want to start with this card. Why? Because I just don't. Let's see. What did I post on my community page? Well, I did the, I don't know, whatever. We called in judgment on the more twin flames. Realistically, I tried to. Oh, at the bottom of the card is the Fool, the beginning of the journey, the strength, and the Ace of Cups with the Queen of Cups and a rebirth. Shut up. With who? A King of Swords? That'd be nice. Somebody intellectually fucking sound of mind. That would be nice. Oh, with the Queen of Wands. That's a good fucking power couple. Fire and air. I'll just keep shuffling. Don't mind me. It's like, I want that energy. I can claim that energy. Really? This is the one that wants to fall out. As we close up these chapters, there's rebirth. That's what that is everything comes to an end so new things can begin, right? We're ending relationships. Don't mind the devastation of the tower, you know what I mean? And that was the same tower I just obviously didn't fully exert over the weekend because we knew that talked about Lewis and that bitch on Friday. Really? Anyways, all that means is closing chapters. I have outgrown you, Lewis Hamilton. I have outgrown you, and I am closing the door on you, and that means that I am opening the door for something better than a Lewis Hamilton. Realistically, why would I close the door on you? Because I believe that you are beneath me. So that means that in essence, with that belief, I also believe that if I close this door, I believe in the magic that I preach, that if I close this door, God will open another door. Really? What's behind door number 3? Realistically, yeah. But what I noticed is, and I posted this in my community page, it was a collective push. Brian pushed me to want to be social. Bobby pushed me to want to be close. Fucking Jesus. Wolfman pushed me completely away. He pushed my nerves. Just kidding. All of them pushed me to where I learned my lesson through them and I wanted something better than them. So in essence, no offense, not Brian, but again, he's just as, caught up in the matrix as the rest of y'all. Really? I mean, he has no time or energy for anything outside of his career, so how can he be any more healed than the rest of you? Am I lying, Brian? Okay, then. That's what I'm just saying. He has no time to dedicate himself to changing the world, changing himself, and then using that new self to change the world. And that's what I'm trying to align with. Really? I was under the misconception that so-called people were going to change themselves and be part of this journey. Okay, well, change of mind. What's the card that we have here? Oh, closing his cycles, tradition, coming to end. That sounds exactly like what we're talking about. So as we close the cycle on these guys, I mean, it's just closed. And again, what does that mean? They'll never be able to approach me until they heal themselves. I've outgrown them. Really? I won't sink to the low levels of these low lives. Again, Brian, no offense, dude, I thought the world of you, but then you showed me that there's no reason to put you above anybody else. You do have you at least have humanitarian qualities, and that could be the Taurus in you. But going back to it, I don't even know what the hell was that. If we can go back to what stopped this, there was a ring on your finger. That is an amulet of protection from the Lilith. Really? Well, it should be anyways. And so, as the fucking succubus I am, I kind of flee from those type of fucking amulets. Realistically, no, I was rubbing my fingers all over fucking Bobby's on last Monday. Never seen his wedding ring before. I really wanted a good look at this. As I was running my hands through his hair and kissing his neck. How'd that feel? Moving on. Seriously, whatever. I want more. I want something better. I've seen what this is and I want something better. And that's what it is. God gave me a bunch of Reese's Pieces and I decided I want a whole peanut butter cup. I don't want a bunch of broken pieces. I want the whole cup of love. Really? Mm-hmm. But through you guys, I could see qualities of things that I wanted. I could see through you what I wanted, and I could put together this manifestation down to the last video. I cried to God. I want a man of God. I want a man that's made of all of the gods that stand before me. That was true shit right there. Now, and that's what I said. You guys didn't make one like this. And then I reminded myself that it's written in scripture they did. He's there when the time is right. Okay, what time is it? Yeah, the Hierophant's at the bottom of the deck. Is it that time yet? I don't know. It's under the Three of Swords reversed. Let's talk about this. Really? Ten of Pentacles is where we currently are. Are you currently there? This is where we are. Went to Temperance. The card of Sagittarius. I know. Gotta go to not our cups, our Pentacles. Tintal Pleasing. It's the last cup before you start the major arcanas, or the last card. All right, it is the Lord of the Earth who represents plenty, security, power, and stability. Oh my God, I forgot completely about Wolfman's fucking spiel and his story. What happened? If you've ever been to third world countries, especially Central or Southern America, they have a lot of street dogs. And so he made this video talking about these street dogs just keep attacking him. He's like, so I went and asked the people, do these dogs attack everyone? And they're like, no, only the dude on the bike. He's like, I'm the dude on the bike. And they made a joke about it. So then he comes up in his next video. The dogs are standing over there, and he's standing across the street with a can of mace. Really? Yeah. Then he comes in his third video, and he's like, fuck that. They're going to learn to respect humans. Bro, this is their neighborhood, and they protect those people, and you're an outsider, and they're attacking you as you go by. And that gives you the right to hurt God's animals? This is already a man that's talked terribly about kids that were in the hotel when he was there, and you can see he's a womanizer. Any fucking person that hurts animals is psychotic. Justifying it, justifying your fear. What happened, Wolfman? You're not part of the dog pack? So you got to pull out you got to justify that you're the more superior being. You think you're tough riding away, spraying a bunch of dogs and kicking at them? Or you're a victim to the dogs. You don't have a leg to stand on either. That was sickening. Marshall's been watching this. Marshall, remember the first one he did in the Sagittarius video where he let it out? He let all that aggression and frustration, and he was all fucking pissed off because I touched his little nerves. Really? Yup. And do you guys know what I'm talking about? The video where he was talking shit about the kids in the hotel? And then you can see how he is with women. This is a dark spirit, bro. As the Queen of Cups, children and animals and women and men and serial killers and prostitutes and drug dealers, all of them feel safe around me. I just want to point out, you have a fucked up ass, dirty ass, filthy ass energy. And you're like, to all you dog lovers. Says the Wolfman. The only people that don't like dogs are people that were denied a dog. And the only reason you don't like them is because you're scared of them. You're a bunch of fucking pussies. That's why you don't go outside either. If you don't like a dog, then you probably don't like Mother Nature in general. That's the closest you'll ever get to freaking the animal kingdom. And you can't even respect that. You were born in a culture that didn't have that didn't have access to the most primitive beings. Or to the most, I would not even say that. The most supportive beings. It's like a person, I'm allergic to cats. Shut up. Get used to it. It's hair. What did Lewis say? I'm allergic to horses. You don't. Is that why you can't ride that Ferrari too well? It is a lot of horsepower. I'm just saying, bro. He made me sick, dude. Talking about he was gonna hurt those dogs. Me and my mom used to feed the dogs in Tijuana. Really, we felt terrible for him. And again, you go back to my story that I took one off of the beach and tried to give it a beautiful home, and it died in my arms. You know what I mean? So I got this douchebag out here saying that he's going to hurt animals. I don't like you, bro. You're not likable. You try so hard to make people like you, but the real you is gross and it slips out, and someone like me sees it. And I'll be like, look, look, look. You guys, dude, you guys are, come on now. Are you really this oblivious to yourself? And if you are, I forgive you because I was oblivious to myself. But this is self reflection here, people. Really? So it says the Lord of the earth, who represents plenty, security, power, and stability. When it said the Lord of the earth, in my cards, the emperor, who he always claims to be, is this. Let me read it to you. It's the lady is the great mother, so the Lord is the great father. The concept of fatherhood in its wildest sense: control, structure, order, organization, and stability, right? So the Lord is a figure of authority, perhaps a father figure, a leader, an employer, or some other professional, right? He's a trustworthy person in your life who gives you sound advice. Let's see what else. The Lord's wanted to read this about you or about him because he looks over. What does it say? Cernunnos. I am Hernie, Cernunnos, Robin, Bell, or Chrome. I am the protector of all that lives upon earth. And that's what Christ said. What was the oil? I gave you Cernunnos oil, bro. But I am also a dark hunter that calls them into the season. Thus I am the stability of creation, and I set boundaries. I provide the structure for creation to flow from the fused womb of the lady. Realistically, yeah. He's a son, a lover, a king, a father, a hunter. You're none of that. You're mommy's little angel, aren't you? Really? Let's go back to the King of Pentacles. Somebody grounded. Let's see. He advises you that you can now achieve pleasure and spiritual growth through appreciating the beauties of life and the world around you. These are the true riches. And that's where you got rich and famous over there that don't understand this. Today was a beautiful day, bro. God blessed us with 2 glorious days in the Mile High City. Why is not just being outside and being part of his glorious day enough? You know, I sat there as I was about to come up, and it's like, I am fucking 43 years old, and I can sit around and just bask in the beauty of this world. I am so secure in God that I'd have no worries, and I can actually do this. People work their whole lives to reach a day where they could just sit out there and enjoy the day that God has given them. Is that not enough? To just be outside, to just be. It was the most beautiful feeling. The air in my face, the sun in the sky. It just was beautiful. You know, not all the other planets have such beauty to them. Some of the environments are not so beautiful. And just like that, it's like, while I'm out here basking in a beautiful California day at the top of God's peaks of his mountains, there's other ones in the, you know what I mean, that are freezing to death. They don't have running water. Oh my God. That's why I started this video. Can I tell you how blessed I am? So in my other video, I got interrupted because the Denver something came to the door. They came to check what was going on in my bathroom. And he says, there's nothing here. It's like, really? So I just talked to staff. Every single room except for mine had to be vacated. Their fucking ceilings came falling down. There's so much water damage on the 733, 633, 533, 333, 233, 133, but not 433. Are you serious? I swear to God. Now, let me tell you something, as you probably heard in that video. When I got into the room, my room is a handicap accessible room. So it's got a bigger bathroom, right? And I was like, yes. I went to turn on the water, but the shower had never turned on. Okay, I've went from only having showers to taking, washing in the streams to now all I can take is baths. You know, I'm a baptism girl. It bothered my son to figure it out, and I showed him how to work it out. But I was like, no, I'm not telling them, because then they're going to fucking move us. And it took me a week to move into this fucking room. So when he comes in to see if there's anything going on, there isn't. My question is, did I save my room by not having a shower? Everyone else, dude, they all got moved. I just got here, and I'm totally blessed and highly favored. There's my room, my bathroom is completely dry. My daughter's currently in there dancing. Which I just want to point out, why did she come home from school early if she was cramping to go in there and dance? Just pointing that out. Realistically, yeah. I mean, that's a miracle, bro. It went through the whole building but missed my room completely. It went through the whole pipe system but missed mine. They're like, it might still come through, but there's no sign of anything coming through in your water or in your bathroom. How did it miss mine and still flood the rooms below mine? And that's what I asked. Was it my room that flooded? No, the ones above you are terrible. We got to get them out too. It's like, whoa, really? Mm-hmm. Isn't that crazy? A layer of protection, as I said that. That's crazy, huh? Crazy. Anyways, I just see God's wonders, and it's a beautiful thing. You're in a position to help others, so give generously of your time and resources to create abundance in your life and the lives around you. At this point, all I can teach you is how I manifest, and nobody's paying attention. Where do you get all this goodness? From inside. I'm trying to teach you, but nobody's listening. I'm getting kind of irritated with it. I think I need a vacation. On a practical level, he signifies the ultimate achievement of a creative project, business venture, investment accomplished through methodical work and attention to detail. It's all basically done. Again, I'm moving out. I'm moving out and I'm moving up. I've got all of that lined up. I've got a big bag waiting for me. I got a new house. I got a new man. I got a new car. I saw the car. Really? It's white. I think it's like I don't think it's an Explorer. I don't know what it is. It could be a Pathfinder. I just saw it. I just saw like the top of it. Really? Mm-hmm. I'll know it when I see it. I'll be like, that's my car. I saw this. This is my car. It could be a Land Rover. I said I never had one of those. No, I said I never had a Mercedes Jeep. I don't think so. That's not what it looked like. Really? I don't know what it was, but it was definitely an SUV type vehicle, but it was white. Really? Mm-hmm. And that's it. You see the visions, only clues, only pieces to the puzzle. Really? Mm-hmm. When I went shopping for my last car, I only shopped one car. When I go looking for a job, it's usually one and done. Well, except for those experiences. God showed me a couple of those experiences where He showed me how to take a loss. I had never, ever experienced that. What? Getting an interview and not getting the job? Really? Never experienced it. That was weird for me. It was something to be experienced in this life. Okay, well, that was fun. Let's not do that anymore. Whenever you encounter, let's see, the King of Pentacles may be a person in your life. He is a natural manager and likes to be successful in his career. This is Brian, and he is an earth sign. Whenever you encounter him, he will be wise, fathering figure who offers guidance and wisdom, generous with his time and energy. If you can catch him, dude, he is. He doesn't. He's going to sit there and give you. He's not running past you to talk to the next person. He's literally interested to talk to you, meet you, and make you, you know what I mean, make a connection with you. Really? Mm-hmm. He's a conscientious mentor that will nurture new talent, and that's what he does. He teaches new artists how to be artists. So anything they come up to him, hey, I was thinking, yeah, you know who you could work with? And it's not like he'll pass you on to someone. That's why he's so busy. He's so busy molding future generations of musicians, making people's dreams come true. Really? It's wonderful. He's totally grounded, practical, hardworking, and reliable. Every move he makes is carefully planned using tried and tested methods gained through long experience. I don't know about all that, but I can tell you he's not impulsive or a risk taker. I would say a problem solver, but not any of that. No, I don't think so. He likes his own way, but does it in such a manner that people are glad to oblige. He is slow to anger, but his temper can be explosive when aroused. I saw it. I saw him get loud at a concert. I don't know what happened. I don't remember, but I saw it. He had to like raise his voice. Really? Yeah. He enjoys the finer things in life and will have a tasteful home where he loves to entertain his family and friends. He's taken pictures of this home where I think he's rich. He has like, I don't know, he's taken pictures quite a few times in like this movie theater and some of these backyard pictures. I don't know, maybe it's his family's or something, but yeah, they have a very nice house. It's like, I remember seeing like dark colors and bright, you know what I mean? Dark wood paneling and like, I don't know, really something real pretty, rustic, probably like a beautiful cabin in the mountains or something. Really? Yeah, I pay attention to the smallest of details. As a life partner, he may not be big in romantic gestures, but he will be loyal and loving, even sensual and passionate. Well, he hands out flowers to all the girls at his concert, so I can imagine. Offering a life of financial security and protection, though he can be possessive. Shouldn't every man be a little bit, just a little? Just a little. A little is good. We want to know that you care. You know what I mean? A little is good. The reversed means that you fail to achieve the success you desire and may be in serious financial difficulties. Is that you? There could be any number of reasons for this. Maybe you didn't work hard enough, made poor decisions, got suckered in a get rich quick scheme, gambled your money away. Oh, dude, a lot of people lost money. I saw them. There was people going off about it here. What the fuck are homeless people doing betting on fucking Super Bowl? They made it legal, I guess. We used to have to go to Mexico to do that. It was a place called Caliente. Everyone would cross the border and go right there and they place their bets. You could do all that crazy shit down there. Duty free stores, buy, you know what I mean, perfumes, alcohol, leather. Really? Yeah. Or you were spending money like you didn't actually have it. I don't even understand. Going back to like Lewis and her. Why spend all that money to go to a game where neither one of you even care who wins? Just to say you did it. That's as dumb as Russ and his date night to go watch a kids movie. The outfits alone, let alone the flights, and all of this transportation for what? A $20 popcorn and a kids movie just to say you were there? And that's what these guys did. Did you even eat at the Super Bowl? Did you buy that $180 burger they were trying to sell? Oh yeah, that's right. He's a fucking vegan and she doesn't eat. You guys were a match made in hell. Anyways, you guys are fucking pathetic. Realistically, it costs nothing to have a good time. Come here, I'll show you. It costs nothing. We might get hungry, but shit, we got food at home. If you don't, then you're really fucking up. Why you got no food at home? Forget about the image of being rich and successful you try to project. It's probably time to get an ordinary job and get yourself back into a stable situation. Stable. The fire horse are going into a stable. The reverse King of Pentacles may be a person in your life or he may be you. Make no mistake, he is a shady character with no moral scruples. That's fucking Diddy energy, bro. And it's all of these men. They're constantly thinking about how they can make themselves bigger and better. Women too, but mostly men. He could be a loan shark at your door, an embezzler, a con man, a cowboy builder, a thief, or a corrupt official. Or, of course, you might not recognize this straight away. If you get involved with him, he will make no conscience about living off you or cunning you out of your money. Things are far more important than people to him. And as he's obsessed with Kanye's spirit is saying the meanest thing right now. Really? Yeah. He said, I got that bitch. He did. He got her to get him out of fucking all kinds of financial hell. She put him on. For sure. He got that bitch. Good call, Kanye. Good call. So in essence, were you the gold digger? I mean, you knew you were going to strike big with this bitch. Lewis, she can make all your fashion dreams come true. Opportunities. All right. I stopped right there. You know that picture that's all over the internet of you guys looking very socially awkward as you talk to each other? That's not love. We catch that picture all the time when we see Russ and his girlfriend. Very socially awkward. You can see the distance. You can see the distance. I wanted to say all kinds of things, and then here comes Pac. Picture me rolling. You're not going to be able to really see it until I show it to you, what true love really looks like. You've never seen it. You've seen conditions. Oh, he gave me something, so I must kiss him. Oh, he did this, or she did this, or this or that. You can see the awkwardness of how you guys reach to even touch each other. You can see the division and how two souls are not aligned at whatsoever. It's very obvious. Really? Yeah, Go ahead and post your, your Valentine's pictures early so I can go ahead and decode these for you. Really? Yeah. The eye level intensity that happens when Bobby and I are just staring at each other can be sensed and felt, and people are literally watching us, seeing what the hell we're going to do next. It's like all eyes are interlocked on just our energy together, and it's felt by the absolute universe. Really? You can go back to when we were sitting just nothing more than across from each other having a coffee. The energy was electric. You can see it. I guess they use crazy words like your crush. You guys were awkward, forced, uncomfortable. This was a PR event. Well, I guess we should make it public. This is a great time to make it public. Everything with Kim Kardashian is a public fucking relations fucking campaign. This is the same woman that while everybody else's houses were on fire in Malibu, she paid to have her own firemen come and tend to her land only. People don't forget. Even me with my amnesia can't forget the shit that you've done in your life. Realistically. And you got Sir Take It on the Chin. Sir Take It on the Chin. Anything for a win. Very ladylike of the two of you. Moving on. I just want to point this out. It's false. Things are far more important to them than people. Or things are far more important than people to them, as they obsess with possessions and their show of wealth. To get what they want, they aren't adverse to exploiting anyone or anything, including her own children. If this is your partner, they will be controlling, possessive, suspicious, as well as cold and distant. They're unlikely to be faithful. Do you think you're the only person? Do you think she's going to shut down her DMs because she's flirting with you? You're just an option that might work out, but she needs to keep her options open. How many dick pics do you have? How many dick pics do you have? She has more dick. She's gotten that girl. I guarantee you. Every big dick motherfucker want to jump in her DMs and tell her how he's gonna fucking love her right. Big Dick Davison did it. Nobody does it better, huh? Shit. He went on to be a real family man. He couldn't make a family with this woman. Just fuck her in the middle of her photo shoot in the bathroom real quick. A real quickie for everyone to see. She carried him around on a leash just like you. If they are your life partner, they'll be controlling, possessive, suspicious. They are unlikely to be faithful. As a father, they can be unfeeling towards their children and often absent and inattentive. And I just want to point out, while you guys were on date week in Paris, and now you were on date week in this was in your birthday. So you were here in Aspen. You were there in Paris, and now you were in LA. And at no point was she with her children. You care all about the youth, but she don't even care about her own. Have you met Kanye's 6 children? No, you only see her in private, right? That's what the Knight of Wands does. You only see her in private. So this is your first time being seen in public. And it was awkward. What did she do? Walk in front of you. She led you. You didn't hold hands. You didn't show any. You didn't. Why? Because it's not authentic. It's not authentic. It's calculated. Love is not that way. Love is silly and messy and visible to the whole world to see. This is desperate love. She was desperate to have a Valentine's. She is desperate to put you in some Kim underwear. She's desperate to put you in some Skims. Oh my God. I see myself because I had these men that, I mean, Devani did in the beginning, but I overpowered him, I suppose. In the essence, I took more control of my life. I didn't let him lead because he wasn't going anywhere. But realistically, I can see this play out is where, you know what I mean? The passive aggressive, the masculine to the feminine, all of that. I'm not running a relationship. I'm not doing this. I'm not running a man. I'm not growing a man. I'm not building a man. I'm not nothing of that. And there's no reason to have a woman, half a man, in my home. If that's the case, then I'll bring in a whole lesbian because I know she's got as much God force in her as me. I'm trying to see this God force in mankind. I don't want to abandon the whole fucking ship, but realistically, who's running the show around here? Not men, women. These men are in bitch energy. These women are in their masculine energy. You were so close to give it to Kamala. You wanted a woman president. You wanted a woman leader more than anything. That's what this country wanted more than anything. They wanted a woman leader. You want to deny it? Shall we pull out the numbers? You need a woman to guide you, men. You need a woman to make your life whole. Do you understand the imbalance here? That I can pay my own bills. I can protect. I can provide. I can nurture. I can love. I don't need you in this home. But for you to go home to your home and it to be clean, it to be homey, it to be loving and caring, for you to have a family or a legacy, you need a woman in your life. You are incomplete. As the Lilith, I stand on this. Women were never incomplete by man. It was man that begged God for a woman. He didn't give me a helpmate. I didn't beg him for someone to help me. What did I get? Gods, just like myself. And I didn't settle for anything less. Adam stood there crying to God to give him a woman. As you guys go out predatorially, trying to find you a woman to make you feel good. Your job can't do it, and neither can your boys. But let me explain something to you. Us women, we feel good by ourselves. And let us get with some other women. We really don't need you. If you want to be needed and wanted, you're going to need to reestablish yourself as something we might need or want in our lives. But I don't want this. And I don't need this. Nobody needs, no woman, no secure woman that's raising a family needs to go and clean up some mommy boy's issues or some baby mama drama's issues. We don't need to go clean you up from the last woman that didn't raise you properly. That's unfair. Do we come to you and expect you to raise us? And then you see, as soon as I seen that, I seen fucking 50 Cent and then fucking Russ with these little girls. Pedophiles. But you look at Russ, he only had one girlfriend. Really? This is a fucking, I don't want to get into it. I want to move on. Please, what's our spiritual work at hand? Probably something fun. Oh, there we go. The King and Queen of Pentacles. Now we're talking. And what comes after? Thank you. And the crowd goes wild. Do you see Lewis Hamilton and fucking this bitch as the King and Queen of Pentacles because they are wealthy? They're considered to be established, right? In their own wealth. If it was kingdoms, I would say you would be the weakest kingdom amongst the kings and the queens. The King and Queen of Pentacle, yeah, they're so very down to earth, but you know, earth is ever shifting. So what good is that to us? What good are they? Are we talking about the King and Queen of Wands, which is willpower? The King and Queen of Swords, which is thought and intellect? Or the King and Queen of fucking Cups, which is love and compassion? Or we've got these two. the practical, down to earth, secure too. Very secure. All right, Queen of Pentacles. This is Yule. And it is also the Khalik. Really? Yes. Dun, dun, dun. Or no, the Princess of Pentacles is the Khalik. Excuse me. All right, Queen of Pentacles is a wise woman of the earth who allows the life force to flow through her in order to teach, nurture, sustain, and with compassion. Hers is the path of spiritual enlightenment through faith and an abundance in the universe. Okay, again, is this Kim Kardashian? She believes in faith and hope and all that? No, she's the reverse. Wait for her. I'll present this bitch to you in just a minute. She shows us that caring for the environment and the people around us, we nourish ourselves. Her appearance in a reading is a auspicious sign that brings well-being and security, and plenty. She has the ability to shape the substances of the world in order to give birth to dreams. Another manifester. Really? Mm-hmm. I just had to be quiet right there because that's exactly where we are. I'm in all full manifestation mode. Really? I'm creating off of nothing more than my thoughts. Master manifestations. All right, anyways, let's see. This means that you can manifest your ideas and find practical solutions to problems. Be sure that you take care of your hearth and home and establish a good work-life balance. The Queen of Pentacles may represent a woman in your life. I am noble, generous, motherly, supportive, and love to look after everyone and help where I can. I'm very practical and organized. I get things done with lots of fuss. It says without fuss. No, I fuss a lot. Finishing every task I set for myself. In the small inclination that I didn't do it, it wasn't meant to be done. But I'd sure take my time doing it. I likely have a creative and beautiful and welcoming, created a beautiful and welcoming home. It very much is. I told you about that. Probably in the countryside since I love nature and animals. Well, I mean, I live in colorful Colorado. She is perhaps a seer, like myself, a wise woman, but an old teacher, mentor, healer, charity worker who can help you. I make a loyal and trustworthy friend who always gives sound advice. Realistically, yes. All right, the reverse is the opposite of a practical and mothering, upright queen. Every negative thought and action creates a frozen brick in the wall that cuts her off from the free flow of life and her deep connection to earth, which is all around her but seems unavailable. Dude, she stomps on it in her fucking 6-inch high heels. This woman has traveled the entire world and sees no beauty in it. She has to be the most beautiful thing. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Realistically, never in all of her years of keeping up with the Kardashians have you ever seen on the screen or any of her pictures where she takes a picture of God's beauty. It's always publicity and advertising. She has never seen the beauty in the places she's been. Never? No. She's trying to be the most beautiful person in the places that she's been. She wants all eyes. She's a fucking Athena, bro. She's a nasty ass, dirty ass, filthy ass, funky ass, punk ass Athena. I knew I'd recognize you in this life, punk ass. Just wants everybody's love and admiration for nothing. Will do anything to freeze time and be the youthful beauty. Hey, you look like an old ass woman in your picture, wearing your Kanye West sunglasses. Really? Mm-hmm. Tuck and roll is what I heard. Tuck and roll. What's that from? Turbo? It's about a snail who went to the Indy 500. The fucking Holy Spirit is so funny. God, I love you guys. You guys are so silly up there. Anyways, moving on. This cunt ass. The reverse queen represents problems in motherhood. Again, she has a fake ass and fake hips. She cannot bear a baby. She can either be a neglectful mother who lets her children run wild. Yeah, she has paid nannies for these fuckers. What are their names? I'll give you $500 right now, Lewis Hamilton, if you can name your girlfriend's children's names. All 6. No, you don't just get off on one. You got to name them. For $500, Lewis Hamilton, the woman you have been fucking for the last month, name her children. The rest of you are like, fuck, I can't even answer that question. And I've been watching her show. What are her children's names? Does anybody know? Exactly. They're add-ins. They're add-on characters to the show. They're not main characters of the show. They're hardly ever there. They're not seen or heard. Not unless she can use you to make it, make her show better, turn up the ratings. Anyways, she lets her children run wild and feeds them junk food. She doesn't cook. This bitch don't eat, let alone cook. Or she's an ambitious marnet who loads them with timetabled work and structured activities, but does not give them love and attention. She's too busy, and yet you think she's going to love you. No, she's going to fuck you. Perhaps her house is a disorganized mess because you've lost interest in it. No, she has plenty of people to clean up her mess. Or an expensive showcase you don't really feel at home in. Give it some love, but don't be tempted to spend large amounts of money on luxurious furnishings because these do not make a home, and you probably can't afford it at the moment. No, they get doing it. The reverse queen may appear as a person in your life, or she may be you. Moody, melancholic, insecure, suspicious, narrow-minded, and motherfucking manipulative. Is that your ex-wife we're talking about, Kanye West? As a friend, she will cause ruckus in your social circle. As a boss, she pays no attention to running the business, but will leave that to the others while she enjoys the title and spending money. Whatever you do, don't go into business with her. And that's just to top it off. We know that she's an idiot. She couldn't even pass the bar. You took a college dropout. You took a hoe and tried to make it a housewife. Wow, Lewis. Wow. Well, considering that Lewis has no education, Lewis, your education stops at what? 8th grade? Lewis has an 8th grade education. Really? Yeah. He'll tell you all about it. And I think he was dyslexic or something, or some incapability to learn and read and write the English language. He was more about watching the cars go by, chasing cars. Really? I'm serious. He is absolutely uneducated, and that's why he puts money into getting people educated, because he's an idiot. Really? He couldn't hold a conversation. He has no idea what we're talking about. He is a little idiot. As a boss, they pay no attention to running their business. Whatever you do, don't go into business with people like this. You'll end up doing all the work. As an employee, they're lazy, and they don't care whether they let people down or if the job is done properly. At this moment, I was seeing all those interviews of Lewis. He said, "I'm fucking useless. I don't know." That was his answer as to why he couldn't get this car up the grid. I'm fucking useless. What can I say? You are. You have no life skills outside of this, and you can't even do what God gave you, made you for. You're useless. I said this earlier. You are not useful to humanity. The fashions you make will never be useful to anybody because you make them for people that can't afford them. You will not make music because nobody cares about your inauthentic noise and feelings. You'll not do anything in this life, let alone the ability to procreate. Really? I don't believe so. I don't think you have the balls. I don't think you have the balls to make a baby, bro. She doesn't have the womb, so we know it's not going to happen here. You're going to have to go into a fucking science lab, Bill Nye the Science Guy, and brew up your own fucking legacy. Right? That's what she does. Kanye told her straight up he didn't want no kids with her. Why? Because I ain't saying she a gold digger. He knew better. He was trying to dirt dig her. He was just trying to dirt dig her. He wasn't trying to dig himself into a fucking grave with her. Realistically, hit it and quit it, bro. Hit it and quit it. But then you look at Lewis, and that's all women could do with him too. This isn't a man you could have a future with. There's no future to be had with a man like this. Realistically, do you want a prissy, bitchy man like this? He's a prissy bitch. He's a prissy bitch. He wears pantyhose and makeup. Really? Oh, man. He's a prissy bitch, bro. Seriously? He's more in the mirror than you'll ever be in the mirror. You know what I mean? He has to have this perfect, Jesus. Really? Holding on to the youth, I suppose. What was the outcome? Jeez. Can we step in some masculine energy? Just a little? Can we pull, can you pull your underwear to the side and let your balls air out? All right, let's talk about this guy. Let's see. This reflects the concept of fatherhood in its wild sense, speaks of power, control, and structure, order, organization, and stability, as well as consequence of action. This is a time of stability when you can be confident and in control of your circumstance. You may be manifesting something new in the world, whether it is a child, a business enterprise, or a work of art. All of the above. Alternatively, you may be required to exert some control, reining in an errant child, an external circumstance, or your own emotions. Well, I'm the errant child and I don't like these emotions that I'm having, but I will have this emotional breakdown and we will move on. This is what Mondays are made of. Always remember that people are not controllable and it is unwise to try. Instead, and there's so many jokes going across it too, they're like, he missed the red flag. You can demonstrate the qualities of leadership and lead by example. The Lord is a figure of authority, perhaps a father or a father figure, a leader, an employer, or some other profession. He may be an influential and trustworthy person in your life who gives good, sound advice. As I see this, I see Mr. Plum. He's willing to give advice if he has anything to speak on it. He has no secret intentions or, he doesn't care to sway you either which way. He just hopes that you find the right way. Really? Yeah, he's pretty good like that. Reverse of the benign lord of the animals who is prepared to sacrifice himself for the good of his children is a petty tyrant. And that's Saturn. That's Cronus, who tries to dominate others with rigid rules and principalities and takes no account for human feelings and crushes the spirit of those under his influence. Examine whether you are in danger of becoming such a person or whether you have fallen under the influence of one. Alternatively, it can be a weak, indecisive man who is afraid to stand up for what he believes in and make tough decisions. There's the men I deal with. I don't even know if it's that they don't stand for what they believe in. I think they don't believe in anything. As far as making tough decisions, they're just a fucking afraid. I told you this. Marshall is the scariest man I know. He's so scared of what people will say and what people will think. Is he any different from the rest of you? Can't make a decision for yourself, which means you're not there. You have no power over your being. It is your life. You're supposed to decide where this goes, not leaning on everybody else to decide your life for you. As a child, it is dictated by your parents. They give you the rules and restrictions and they limit you. But as you grow into a teenhood, you start to push those limits of rebellion and you start to find your own identity outside of the rules and restrictions of your parents. Some of you never did that, like Russ, who still lives in the womb of his mother's vagina. You know what I mean? Listening to her yell how his dad was never a father. You know what I mean? He sits right in between the chaos of this, dysfunctional childhood trauma, his sick ass dad and his sick ass mama. Realistically, some of you never just grew up. You never walked away from authority. You never decided to stand up in your own power and make your own decisions. You have to do it collectively. This is a collective decision. Your life is not your life. That's interesting, because I thought God gave you a life of your own. I didn't know he gave you as a sacrifice to somebody else's life. I've only heard that story told once, and that was Jesus. I didn't know that you were his sacrificial lamb to the happiness of others, to the succession of others. Even me, he doesn't ask me to sacrifice my happiness to make others happy. He wants me to be a joyful giver. Really? Again, I can date a lot of fucked up individuals, but I will not date a weak man. I will not. A man that can't stand up for himself, for me, for his country, for our children, that can't stand in a thought, because can't stand the thought of he might not be liked for this. I can't. You are a people pleaser. I'm here to please God, and this is not pleasing. You trying to be friends with everyone. You trying to get on everyone's good side. You trying to say the right thing. Be the right person. The right person isn't about being liked. The right person is about doing the right things. And when you do the right thing, you go against everyone else that's not doing the right thing. You stand alone. But not while I'm here. Anybody that stands to do the right thing has me by their side. And that's why the whole universe stands behind me. It's not what's right by your parents, what's right by your community, what's right by your color or by your race. It's what's right by God. It's the only right that matters. Because all of that, you could get it very wrong. But doing what's right by God isn't wrong. You have nothing wrong can happen when you do what's right by God. Really? Still calling in my emperor, my Joseph, my Jesus, my apostle, my prophet. I don't want a man. I want a Holy Spirit that comes in a man body. I want a Holy Spirit that comes in the form of a man. All right, well, let's look at this here. So, breaking traditions, coming down to the Pinnacles is down to earth anyways. And then the emperor is taking action on this earth, protecting the earth, putting all of this in. This is the highest level. This is the highest. I mean, I told you, these are literally, you jump from the end of the minor arcana is the King of Pentacles, the Queen and King. Then you have the Magician, the High Priestess, the Empress, and the Emperor. I pulled all the Empress energy yesterday. So we were in the feminine of this power couple, and now we're in the masculine, which is what? Cut the fat. I'm not Jesus, bro. I'm not going to chase one fucking sheep when I have all of these here. He'll find you. I won't. I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving you because you decided to stray away. I'm not going to go find the strayaways. Really? That's Jesus. He'll go find you along the way, or you'll find him along the way. But I'm not leaving the pack. I'm not leaving my pack of people for one person. One person is not more important than the pack. Really? Your life is not more important than the lives of others. Your life doesn't have more purpose. The micro to the macro. Some lives will be lost so that many lives will be won. Really? Sacrifices must be made, guys. In all contexts of this. And as the emperor, you have to be the one that makes that decision for your kingdoms. You're above all the kings and queens. You make the decision of the land and what's right for all the kingdoms. Really? Not for one particular, but all. The greater good for all. If you want to sit there and rebel and, you know what I mean, throw a fit because you think that your kingdom is worth more and you deserve more than the entire universe, then no. Specifically, you should be cut off. Why? Because it's that need for more that tells us you need less. You don't know how the universe works, but this is how it speaks. Whoever you are, and this is about your masculine energy. This is about you feminines that don't want to sit there and make this decision. You're being indecisive. You're afraid to stand up for what you believe in and make tough decisions. This is a masculine energy that needs to be harnessed in both women and men alike. Each one of our kids goes to school each day. There's a bully, there's a tempter, there's all these things. Each day they got to go out there into that world, you know what I mean, with their little Velcro shoes, and they got to choose to be the bigger man on campus. They got to choose not to gossip about people. They got to choose which groups to be part of. And many of them do not fit in any of these groups. The outcast. And those are good. That's a good thing. We don't want them linked up. Really? There's more outcasted than there are of you in the groups. And once we come together and realize that we were never outcasted but set apart from you and your weak environments, we were not capable of conformity to your weak environments, starting in the young ages of, school age, where we didn't fit in at the table that you were sitting in. We weren't the kind of kids that fucking huffed fucking paint and sat there and stole people's lunches. We weren't any of you type of kids. Why? Because we were children of God, not children of man. That's what that means. Going back to it, I had this conversation. You know what I mean? It's like nobody saved George Floyd. Not one person. Not one person. Not one person. Everybody saw this thing happening, and not one person took action. What were you afraid of? You were going to go to jail? He would have lived. You would have been locked up for saving a life. What better reason? Why are you in here? Because I saved a black man's life, bro. The police were trying to kill him. Wow. Hey, get this dude a spread, bro. Get him whatever he wants. You're going to be royalty. You were the first one to stop injustice? Nope. Instead, everybody pull your cameras out. Nobody move. Nobody gets hurt. I'll never forget the look on his face that's seared in my head. His face is on the ground. His eyes are filled with fear. He's saying, I can't breathe. And the world watched and did nothing. Even the people there. Where was this again? Minneapolis. The home of where? The Melchizedek order. What's going on there? Exactly. You didn't stand up then, and now it's back again. You didn't do the right thing then. Are you going to do it now? One person could have saved his life, dude. It could have been the girl that was running it. Any of you. It would have stopped it. They would have got off his neck. He would be alive today. If somebody would have just took action, they would have put their life in harm's way for the life of another. They would have shot us. You don't know what they would have done. You're scared. Instead, you watched a man die in front of you because you were too scared to act. Just like 9/11. Over 300 fucking people on each of those fucking flights. Too scared of a couple of guys with some guns. Don't come out here acting like you're a warrior or you're a leader or you're powerful. How many people didn't tell on Epstein? Why didn't one person out of all the people tell us he was raping kids? Nobody had the nads because they were too busy fucking little girls. Trafficked little girls. How come nobody shut down Diddy sooner while he was fucking Justin Bieber in the ass? The Bieber fever is what they call that, right? There's a father who's completely detached from any immoral fucking understanding, living in his trauma, trying to act like that didn't happen and nobody knows. And as long as I can hide this with drugs and alcohol, then I can just live a happy life in the name of Jesus Christ. I can just be married. I can hide my homosexual activities, and because I have a wife and I don't cheat on my wife and I love my wife and I would never do nothing to my wife. You don't want to talk about, your male on male activities? That you normalized, that you really became to enjoy in one way or another. This is okay. It's forgivable, of course. But realistically, going back to this, you're going to have to. This is all I teach you all day, is to stand up for yourself. Bob Marley, get up, stand up for your rights. His birthday was a couple days ago. I saw that on the post. Really? Great energy. He wasn't about fucking materialism either. None of them were. None of that shit mattered. Muhammad Ali, none of them, dude. They were about making an impact. Kobe didn't give a shit. He didn't give a shit. He wore clothes, but he didn't give a shit. He wasn't out there taking a picture of himself running in lemon Lulus. He wasn't taking a picture of his shoes. You know what I mean? What the fuck is wrong with you? DMX. Michael Jackson. Those were real men of God. You? What are you, a bunch of rappers? Out with the old, in with the new. We're cashing them out, bro. We're cashing them out. We're taking this shit. We're cashing this ticket out, bro. Really? Yes, we're cashing it out. That's what I mean. As you come to the end of these contracts, when you come to an end with a soul where it's just like the negative is way bigger than the positive, and you have to make this decision to cut ties, you're setting yourself free. But all that means is you're energetically allowing yourself to link to something better, because there's no such thing. We have to be interlinked. Really? It's part of the Starlink system. As much as you think, like, my daughter is a wanderer. You know what I mean? Everyone has that, but she's part of other ones that are linked, and they link together. And that's what I mean. Attraction. That's it. So I'm no longer attracted to this type of person, place, or thing. My attraction levels have been turned up. So now, since the repulsion, as soon as I let go of the repulsion of this, now the attraction of what my next is. And that's what I was saying. The power of manifestation that comes from the healing of the twin flame journey is one of the greatest spectacles I've seen so far of what this happens. The healing, no. I can do it without a twin flame. I go outside and anybody can trigger me. I know what the process is. I don't need a man version of me to show me how sick I am. But I did. I needed you to show me who I was. You are my karmic mirror, my karmic twin flame. You carry the same karmic levels, unhealed frequency as me. Through you, I could see my own sickness, my own flaws, my own weaknesses, my own angers and insecurities, my own pains and sufferings. All you were was the mirror. You only showed me me. And then I stopped looking at you. And I looked to me. And all power is found within me and my healing. When I look upon you, all I see is an unhealed version of me, which is the sickness that started this. Bobby taught me about me. Russ taught me about me. Tree taught me about me. Marshall taught me about me. Lewis taught me about me. With that teachings of me, I was able to integrate me and accelerate me to a better version of me. I taught Wolfman about himself, but did he heal? I taught Bobby about himself, but did he change? I taught Russ about himself, but did he change? I taught Lewis about themselves, but did they change? No. That's the lie in the twin flame journey. It's not reflected. Really? No. It's not reflected. I try to reflect it, but it's not them that see it. They're blinded to it. It's almost, it goes straight through them into humanity. There are regular people on my channel that are catching all of this, but yet they have no idea, and it's literally directed straight at them. Really? Mm-hmm. You're going to have to start doing this someday in your life. Really? You're going to have to stand up to your job, your mother, your lovers, your friends, your children. You're going to have to stand up for yourself. You're going to have to stand behind what you believe in. Even if that means that you stand alone, at least you stand in your beliefs. They can take everything away from you. They can take away your freedoms, but they cannot take away your belief. And that is that belief that will bring you joy and happiness always. I see Paul. He's in jail for Christ. Well, this really worked out well. I ended up in jail. He didn't care. He wasn't in jail. His body was. His spirit was in constant connection with Jesus. the divine and all that is. Just like me, he sat there and he ate the scraps and he wrote the letters. He gave the message. I'm almost done. My time's almost done. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to get out of here. Or they're going to take my life. I'm almost done. Really? I'm not giving up Jesus, so you might as well take my life. That's it. He wasn't suffering in a jail cell. He was flourishing. He was evolving. He was healing. He was preaching and ministering. He was changing the world. It didn't matter where he was, because he was wherever he was, the Spirit of God was with him. That's what it means about standing up for what you believe in. Really? People will try to change your opinion. That's different. Opinions can be shifted. But beliefs, core belief systems, that's where we go in and we reprogram this shit. Really? I used to believe this way, but I don't believe that way anymore. I used to believe it, meaning I used to live by those rules. That's how I believed. I used to believe in the laws of the Bible. I didn't stop believing in Christ. I just stopped believing that that's the way to Christ. And then I was set free. That's all. Really? Simplistic things like that. And that's where my faith can outdo any of your guys' fear. I believe. I can believe anything into existence as long as it's good and it's for the greater good of all people and not just to make myself powerful. There's no true power in that. The true power is the connection. Me being able to sit there and, you know what I mean, brew up some magic isn't really. That just means that you're that it ends with me. But me being able to talk and be connected to the very thing that no man or human alive has ever connected to, there's the true power. And what I do with that connection. That can be easily my twin flames to the, my spirit guides all the way to God Almighty and every bit of the angelical realm or any of the star beams. It's not what I can create. It's where it comes from that makes me so magical. I have a magical connection, and that connection works magic in my lives. All of my lives. Really? And the lives of others. It's not me doing the magic in people's lives. My skin is very limited. And lately, with this thing in my hip, seriously though. But my belief, I can sit there and literally think an amazing life upon you and ask God to bring it into your life, and it will manifest. Why? Because I only want goodness for you. Why wouldn't he give you it? Unless he can see this will not bring happiness to you. That's why they always tell you to send good tidings and prayers for other people. As above, so below. If you wish good for them, then good shall come for you. Really? Despite all of my talking shit, Lewis is just in the box. Really? Which is what? He's stuck. He's stuck in that 22 centimeter trip that takes lifetime after lifetime, from the head to the heart. He's stuck right there. That's it. He's physically here and nothing's physically harming him. He's just going to be emotionally and mentally destroyed because he doesn't want to face the outside. He doesn't want to face what he is. He wants to keep dressing it up. So now he has to sit inside and see himself from the inside out. He'll no longer be able to focus on how beautiful his life is outside because he'll have to stay inside with his life. Stay on the inside and deal with that. Did you bind him? No, this one's worse than a binding if you ask me. I did it to Russ, and I did it to Bobby. I will do it to any of you. If you refuse, then I'm going to close you into your dark space. If you refuse to walk in there willingly, then I will close you in there. Why? Where's the harm in it? It's your thoughts. It's your feelings. I'm just not letting you put them out on anyone anymore. Where's the wrong in that? Nothing good is coming from your thoughts and feelings. So you must go in there and fix them. Or an ordinance by God. God, they will not stop projecting. They're infecting the human race. By authority given to me, I close them down. And that's all it was. What right, Russ? Years of fears and tears that are all built up and you can't find any peace outside of yourself until you deal with it. Right, Bobby? You can't drink this away. You can't fuck this away. You can't make it go away. You have to deal with you. There's no way out of you because it's you. You are the problem. There's no harm in that. I didn't curse you. I stopped you from cursing others. Because realistically, your words, your actions, your thoughts, and your intentions are harming the outside world. You have no good intentions when you wake up in the morning. Lewis Hamilton does not wake up in the morning as a loving light to mankind, nor Bobby, nor Russ, nor any of you. You wake up to see what mankind can give you. You come to take from this world, not to give to it. You're depleting us. You're not helping. You're depleting the life force energy that there is here. To make yourselves what? Rich? Wealthy? Bobby makes unbelievable money, but yet, where do they live and what kind of life? I mean, seriously? Absolute unhappiness. And that goes to show money can't buy you happiness. And I'm telling you this right now, your money is not welcome at my gates. You will never be a contributor. You will never be a capital investor. You will never be a co-founder. You will never be a sponsor. Your money is blood money. The kingdom of God is built on clean conscience. He gives us the money. He gives us the people. It's all clean. No dirt. We're not bringing any of the dirt here. You cannot. You're not bringing your dirty fucking money to my... No. Don't put it in the bucket. You know this is filthy. You know what you did for it. You know how many... You know that you sacrificed your children's fucking childhood for you to have this money. I don't want it. Money can't buy back that time, the feelings, the pain, the separation, the anxiety that you cause people to get it. You think it could buy your way into anything, but it's not going to buy your way into fucking love. I guess unless you're fucking Russ, his love language is Apple Pay, and he loves to give his cash away. You can't buy my love. You can't buy my presence. You can't offer me. There's nothing you can offer me to sit in the presence of you. And my presence is the actual gift to humanity. To be able to sit next to me and have a conversation is the gift that God gave me. Unbelievable things come from those conversations. That's the true power. You can lay your burdens at my altar, and I can set you free if you're listening. That's my true power. You will not lay your burdens upon me. I will not lay my ears upon your woes, nor my eyes. No, your suffering was ordained by God. And I thought you better than what God had put you in, and interjected myself on behalf of you, only to find out that that half of you was a broken part of me that I had to face. And I don't have to face you. You need to face you. I have no emotional attachment to you. Live or die. Really? Whatever happened. Wasn't that your twin flame? Yeah, in many lives, but we had to end the contracts in this one, so I'm not surprised. Do you think I won't see your spirit on the other side? Apologizing for the rest of your life, for what you did in this life? Do you think I'll listen to it? Do I listen to your spirit now when you're trying to reach out to me? Any of you? It's only when God says. I can hear it. The fuzz in the ear, the fucking TV static is what that is. That's what you are. You're TV static on a channel that nobody's listening to. Really? Guys, in the words of Michael Jackson, gotta make a change for once in your life. And it starts with the man in the mirror. You've got to look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself that you deserve better, that you're worthy of better, and you're going to do what it takes to live a better life. Not by doing better works, but by living better. In order to live better, you have to clean up your insides. It's not about what's outside of you. You can clean your house a million times and buy new furniture and buy all these new gadgets, but it's still the ugly you in this pretty new home. The only thing ugly is your feelings and your thoughts. And that produces the ugliness that comes out of your mouth. Really? Mm-hmm. We're going to leave this on this. We're going to call this, I don't know, the Dark Lord, I suppose. We're in the Lord, but it's a little dark over here, right? I don't know, but I'm manifesting. I'm using all of this. I'm taking out all of the, I'm sifting through the soup. Really? Mm-hmm. We're pulling out all the bones. That's what I see. Really? We're pulling out all the bones, all the flesh and bones out of the soup. Really? Mm-hmm. We're going to just take the good stuff. We're going to get rid of the flesh and bones. Really? I don't know. You ready for mealtime? She's a man eater. Really? I just know what I want. And I know what I don't want. And that's because I spend enough time around people you know what I mean? Finding out what I didn't want. Through this whole journey, you're going to discover everything you don't want before you find out what you do want. It's the process of elimination, to be honest. Yeah? Well, I don't want this, and I don't want this, and I don't want this, and I don't want this. What do you want? Anything but this? Well, that leaves a lot to the imagination. Okay, I want a Cernonis, please. With a side of, just kidding. The big fat cup of love. Thank you. Really? Would you date a man that hurts animals? Can you unsee that? No, that's not what I meant. No, you made 3 videos saying it, and you pulled out the mace. You were trying to defend yourself from what? Some street dogs? You're the street dog, dude. Realistically, they told you. You're the foreigner, the outsider. The dog pack is trying to get out of their neighborhood. You're just going to force your way into the neighborhood and hurt this, you know what I mean? Hurt the guardians. You have no respect. How can you cruise through all of Central America and South America and not know about the dog packs? Because you're a one-man wolf pack. You're not even of the fucking spirit, bro. Realistically, you're a pussycat. A pussycat doll is what I'm seeing right now. And I can't unsee that. I would never trust you around my dog now. I don't trust you around children, women, or animals. I can't trust you around my kids because you're a pedophile. You like to fuck little girls that look like they just came out of high school. My daughter is currently in high school. Really? And she's built bigger than the little girls you're porky pig. I can't trust you around females for that reason. No kids, no friends, no women, and don't leave him around your animal because he might eat it. You're a whole sicko. Really? God, why? Hey, God loves you. Lots of love and all that, but I'm just saying, I may have unconsciously called you into my energy to finalize this, Uncle Nasty. I knew what I felt when I felt it. I just didn't know where it came from. And trying to fight those feelings was stupid. God just had me surrender to the truth of all things. Really, realistically, yeah. I may have been making up shit saying you chew on your toenails, but you do. But everything else you're guilty of. Really, he puts the chapstick on his lips as he goes to kiss my ass. Haha. I'll see you in hell. Moving on. What is it in the comments? If I have the same person, bro, you need to find Jesus Christ. He's right at the altar. You have demons. Yes, I am. I am the goddess of the demons. I am the Lilith. He is the truth and the way of life. And you are what? Moving on. Why are we bringing Lewis down? Because Lewis is down. He's all the way down. We're just putting him in his place. I had put Lewis on a high chair. I had put him in a throne, and he needed to be thrown out. That's all that means. It's processing. We call this the purge on a Monday. It started on a Friday. Any leftover lingering feelings about what you had to cut out of your life is still there on a Monday. Realistically, he's yesterday's news. Come tomorrow. But that's all that is. Really? It's just that. It's devastating when you find out somebody in your crew is that pathetic. When you find out they're a Judas. It's a little bit devastating. I'm not very Jesus. I want to talk all about my feelings about this. Really? Come to terms. I've come to terms with this. Really, it's not me, it's you. Really? Are you projecting? No, you're inhumanitarian. You are not human. There's not, that's why we don't get along. Realistically, you are inhumane. Really? Isn't that the truth, though? Lewis is a vegan because he doesn't want to be fat. This is what they told me. Hey, I'm going to have a big, fat, juicy American cheeseburger here, Queen of England. Have a good day. Laters. Guys, man up.